Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Genesis. If you are new to this channel is for crypto traders. If you are new into the crypto space, if you're trying to find your feet in the crypto market, you want to learn whatever crypto related, click on that subscribe button. You're at the right place. So in today's video is a bit special because I'm planning on starting something new. So we're going to be starting a new series which I've not really figured out a name for yet. But then what I'm basically going to be doing is coming on here and be practicing what I preach. So I'm going to be coming here, breaking down the charts, and we're going to be looking for entry and exits at the same time. So I feel like a lot of us is going to benefit from this, which is why I'm going to advise you click on that subscribe button and turn on notification, because some of these calls, when I look at those trades and I give out the call, if you're not online or get to see it when I do it, you might miss the entry. So you might want to click on that subscribe button and lock it in. And then before I go into the chart, I'm just going to a brief disclaimer. This is not financial advice. It's just me coming on the chart and giving my opinion basically. So without wasting much time, so in today's video I have a very juicy setup, and I'm going to be starting with, sorry, let me record my screen. So we are going to be starting off very strong. I'm going to be starting with a trade I already took. So I took this trade yesterday. And then the only reason I'm going to be sharing this with you guys is because I feel like I entered a bit too early, although I'm already in profits, but then I feel like I entered a bit too early, and I feel the market is still going to pull back into my entry and go into my stop loss region before it starts going in my favor. So what I plan on doing is I'm going to wait for it to go into my stop loss region. There's a particular point I'm looking at, which I'm going to share with you guys in this video. There's a particular point I'm looking at. Once it comes into that point, I'm going to be stacking up more and I'm going to be selling more at that position because it's a short trade. So without wasting much time, let's hop right into my chart. So the crypto I short, yeah, it's AR. So that is what I'm currently looking at now, AR USDT. So let me quickly show you what I saw that made me went short on this. Yeah, so if you look at let's go back to the weekly time frame. If you look at the chart, you will notice that the market dropped all the way from here, just came coming down, and then it came to the bottom here. I was trading this all this time. While it was here, I was like, okay, this thing is it just kept on going deep. It was below the all-time low, and it kept on going. Just kept on going down, like, where's the stop to this? So I got worried because I feel like with the rate at which it is going, like there's no way to plot any zone here. Like it was just falling. At this point, it was just falling. So I was just like, okay, you know what? I think I've taken it on. So I pulled this trend line. And then I waited. It took a while. Like all of this was just a lot of noise just going on around here. But then finally it broke it, and then when it broke this, I was not really actively trading at the time. So when it broke this counter trend line, I knew it couldn't go any lower because at this point it was done for. It was going down for so long. Like I was like, okay, what's going on? But then it broke this. I was not online when it did this, and then it pulled back. And the rate at which it pulled, just and then it was here. Okay, I was like, okay. I don't like the overall market trend was not really interesting. It was not interesting for me. I was not interested at the sorry about that. I was not interested at the overall market at the time, so I just left it alone. I was looking at other players at the time. So it came here, did whatever I did, and then started shooting up aggressively. And this is something about me. When I see markets this way, I don't really like trading them because they just look manipulated to me, or like some big whales came into the market and they are just buying. And the last thing you want to do is trade with them or trade against them. Like you can trade with them, but the thing is getting or knowing when they are in the market or who is actually moving the market. So this is just too aggressive for me. Just and I'm like, no, I'm not going to be trading this. So I just like, you know what, I'm just going to keep it at the side because this is low-key one of my favorites crypto to trade. You get me? So then it kept on shooting higher until it came into this major zone around here. When it came here, okay, now let's see what it's going to do. So it came here, and then it spiked up like the aggressive momentum was still all the way here. It kept on pushing higher, and then it got to this point, and then there was a massive sell-off. It sold to this point. The next week, another real aggressive sell. So I was like, okay, I think this momentum is getting tired. The third week is just like indecision all the way. And the fourth week, which we are currently in, look at what the market just did. It's sprang all the way. I don't know if that's it's a real word, but it shoots all the way up all to this point, and then boom, it came all the way down again. I'm like, okay, this is something. Like, I think the momentum, everything is getting tired. So I was like, okay, let's see. So I went on the daily time frame, and then voila, a perfect chart pattern. If you know anything about trading, you understand this chart, you understand this pattern that you see here. It's a textbook trade. You don't need too much English to trade this one. You don't need someone to hold you and direct you on how to trade this one. So I just saw this. I was like, okay, fine. This is a double top. Like, there's not too much English. Okay, yeah, it's a double top. And then there's something I always like doing. I always look for reasons why my trade will not go in my favor. When I see a trade that I want to take, like I see the setup, it's all good and rosy, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take this trade. One other thing I like to look out for is things that will make the trade not go in my favor. So what I did was I just came here and then I pulled my counter trend line from where this momentum started and connected to those points, and then I realized that, okay, boom, this is not yet ripe. So I had this. I was like, oh wow, okay. You see, I'm just seeing this actually. I didn't see this before. Now I think I'm more concerned about the trade I took. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I'm more concerned about the trade I took. I didn't see this before. Wow. Because what I did initially was okay, whatever I did, I think I'm gonna exit that trade. This is not looking good. No. You see, I didn't see this before now. I didn't see this before now, but this is just, it's still in an uptrend. Although we have a double top here, but this trend line is gonna prevent it from falling. Okay, that's concerning. I won't lie to you. This is very, very concerning. But let's go on. I'm still gonna show you why I took my trade. So I'm gonna go on the 4-hour time frame now. So this is where I decide to. I just think this trend line I just drew now just messed up my analysis. I ain't gonna lie to you guys, but then it's all good. So this is what I did. I saw the double top on the daily time frame, and then I came on the 4-hour, and then I pulled my trend line from the neck. This is what I did. So I think I messed up here. So I pulled the trend line from the neck, and then I realized that, oh, boom. And then the another interesting thing is it had another smaller double top on the 4 hours. So it had another double top on the 4-hour time frame. Boom, boom. I'm like, okay, fine. And then in this case, it broke the neckline and then it started shooting downwards. And then it's supposed to come all the way here. At least for the double top to complete, it's going to have to come all the way down here. But then I didn't see this major trend line that is currently acting on. I think I'm going to quit. I'm going to exit the trade. Yeah, I would. No, I will probably do that. But that's by the way. So what I was looking at initially was, okay, this trend line was broken, and then I came in, my entry was somewhere around here. I entered around here, and then I feel like, okay, you know what, I think this market was a bit too, I entered a bit too early, because the momentum was actually very sluggish. Like, this is 4-hour time frame, this is not like 5 minutes, this is 4 hours, and it's very, very small. I was like, okay, what's going on? So I feel like the market might want to pull back into here before it start dumping all the way to the downside. But then, looking at this trend line now, I think I'm more concerned about the trade I took, but we might have to look at it for, like, let's see how today time frame closes and tomorrow. So by Tuesday, we'll see if we made the right call or it's a wrong one. So for AR now, I don't think there's a setup here, although I'm already in the trade, and I don't think I'll be quitting the trade, but I'm just going to tighten my loss. I'm going to reduce the stop loss. I'm going to make it smaller, so in case it goes against me, I won't lose too much on this trade. But I'm going to reduce my stop loss. So that's that for that one. Yeah, it's actually interesting I'm saying this now, but then let's go on. I'm going to move on to the next one. So my next token I want us to talk about is WOO. So sorry guys about the break in transmission. We are going to be moving on to the next crypto, the next pair, which is WOO. Sorry, RIP Pop Smoke. Okay, so this one is straight up like the market has been a little bit indecisive for a while, and then it started moving up. So we had this, shoot to the upside, pull back, shoot again to the upside, pull back. So this is like a typical uptrend. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. But there's always a but. This previous higher high is at around an all-time high this coin has been in. So this is an area of concern. You feel me? So this is an area of concern. This is still in an uptrend, technically in an uptrend, but this point that it got to and reversed from is a point of concern. So I'm going to go on the daily. Let's see. We are looking at a possible higher high. We are in an uptrend, confirmed, but then we are at a point of concern. So this major zone that I came to and reversed from is a really it's a point I would not want to like overlook per se. So I'm looking at this. So I'm gonna pull my trend line. I'm gonna see what it does. Okay. What's this saying? Okay. This trend line still holds. The market still respects this. Okay, I like that. Okay, should I go down? Let me see. Okay, I think I'm gonna stick to the first one. Nah, this is useless. I think I'll stick to the first trend line that I pulled. Okay, this is gonna be my first trend line. Yeah. Okay, I think I like this one better. So this trend line is what is holding this. If it broke this trend line, I think it's going to start falling. All because of the fact that this zone is a very deciding factor. If it had not gotten to this point and pull back, I would still be very bullish on this coin. But because of this point that it got to, considering the fact that the previous high was this same point, right? This was the high of like forever high of, okay, we have this point here, but then on the weekly time frame, this was the highest it got to, and then before it started doing all of this madness. So I think it's a point of concern, and then I'm probably sitting on my hands for this one. So what I'm going to be looking at for this coin currently is how it reacts to this trend line. So it already touched the trend line. It's supposed to pull higher. It came into this high and then start dancing around this point. This is something I would not advise even my enemy to participate in. Just sit back and observe it, see what it's going to do. But for me, I'm still very bullish on this trade. I'm still going to be looking for opportunities to long and put it up. But I feel like if it wants to reverse, I think it's probably going to come and test this zone one more time. That is my thoughts. Okay, I think it's still going to come and test this zone one more time and give me some sort of chart pattern. If I was looking out for a chart pattern, I feel like this could actually have passed for a head and shoulder, but then for it to be a complete head and shoulder, it's had to have broken this trend line. If it had broken this trend line, shoot back up into this point, it would have been a complete head and shoulder, and I will know, okay, there's nothing holding this market back. It's about to fall. It's all the way to ground zero. But because of the fact that this trend line retained it didn't fall all the way down here to complete the head and shoulder chart pattern, I'm still like, okay, fine. There's still a chance that it might still want to shoot up. So this trend line is still holding, probably going to shoot. If it's going to reverse, at least I expect it to shoot all the way up here. If it's not going to shoot all the way up here, like, okay, so let me make it easy for everybody. My bias on this coin is this: if you cannot break this point, I'm not interested. If it breaks this trend line, I'm going to come down with it. If it wants to go higher, it has to break this point and close above here, and then I'm going to take it all the way up here. So that is just what I'm looking at for this coin. Simple, finito. So let me see if there's anything I can see on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, for the 4-hour time frame, I think I can pull a counter trend line, and not really something I'm interested in now. Okay, let me see if I can pull it all the way from here. This will actually be a nice trade. Okay, I like this. Okay, I like this. So this is me like being impatient, like I think I'm basically being impatient, I feel. So if this should break here, if it breaks this counter trend line, I think it's going to shoot all the way up. I won't really take my bias based off of this because of this zone. Like this yellow bar that is here. So this is more of my area of concern, and this trend line here. So I'm going to have to delete this, but it's still good to know that this one is there. So if it breaks this counter trend line, it's going to support my motion of it going out. So it's just more confidence to me believing it's going to go higher. So I can delete it for now. So for this particular pair, it's one of two things. It has to remain above this trend line and break this yellow bar before I can get in. If it doesn't break this yellow bar, it has to break this trend line and come below it before I start looking for sell opportunities. But as far as it's still below this blue zone, I think it's still going to be very bullish. So it's about 50-50 for me for this particular pair. It's 50-50 for me. So, and then I'm going to do one more pair because it's a new series. So I'm going to be doing 3 pairs for this one. So coming on to QNT. You know why I like LDO? This coin here, this cryptocurrency here, is the one that made me the most money. Okay, I think this actually made, no, not this. I think this is probably in the top 3. So this is one of the reasons I like it. So there's Chiliz, and then there's ARWave, but this is probably in the top 3. I know that for sure. So what am I looking at on this bad boy? So we have this, the weekly time frame, which is supposed to show us the movement of the trend. This is not looking good. This is not looking good. So this is an uptrend. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. This is not a significant higher high for me. I don't know, it's looking more of a double top than an higher high. Like all this long week up here, it's showing a lot of indecision. I don't think the market wants to shoot higher. Like if you want to make an higher high, give me a significant higher high. Like don't come. Okay, let me see what Fibonacci will tell me. Fibonacci, my boy. Fibonacci that. Okay, now Fibonacci is not helpful here, you know. Fibonacci is not really helpful, but so what Fibonacci is basically telling me, is Fibonacci is saying it's supposed to get to this point, which it technically did, but then it didn't stay there. Like it's just 1 week or 2 if you're considering this bearish one. It's just this week that got there and poof, shot back down. So I don't think this, for me, is not really an higher high. It's not significant enough. I think this is more of a double top than an higher high. But then let's go on our daily time frame, because this trade, well, let's see. So let's go on our daily time frame, and then things is starting to make more sense. So this is a very interesting one. So I saw this trend line. I pulled this trend line when I connected these 2 points, and then I saw all of this dancing, and then it came here. Let me show you this on the 4-hour time frame. And then it came here, touched this. I was like, okay, this is the third touch of the trend line. I was okay, let's see how it reacts. And then the next 4-hour candle was another bearish. Like this is a shooting star candle. This one right here is a shooting star. And then the next one was this. I just felt like the momentum was actually it's not really strong enough for the kind of move that I was calculating. It was not strong enough for me. So, and then what do I see next? Boom, it broke the trend line like it was not there. Let's go back to the daily time frame, and it just broke the trend line like the trend line was not there, and then boom, came down into the zone. This is a major zone. Like it just went through like it was nothing. Came down into this zone, and then shot back up into the trend line again, and then started trading above the trend line. I was like, okay, maybe this is just a market manipulation, maybe this is just a fake out. And then again, boom, broke the trend line again. I was like, okay, yeah, this market is once beaten, twice shy. You don't disrespect this trend line twice and expect anyone to take it serious. So technically I feel this, and then while all this was going on, we can clearly see this is a downtrend. This is an higher high, this is an higher low, higher high, higher low. Sorry, this is lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Brother, this is coming down. But then I feel it's still going to use this trend line as a point to direct us on the right path. So if a market breaks a trend line, at least on this kind of time frame, on the daily time frame, I feel once it breaks it, most times it comes back, retests it before it starts shooting down. But this one did not retest. It broke through it again, and then boom. So I think what it's doing now is it's kind of like testing retesting this trend line. So I think it's just testing and playing around this trend line, but I feel overall this market is bearish. So my point of concern now for me to get into this trade, I think it's still going to dance around here a bit more. But my point of concern if I get into this trade is for it to come down, break this blue bar again, close below it, shoot down, retrace back into it, because I feel if it wants to drop all the way here, I think this is about what? Wow, this is about a 30% drop. So I feel if it wants to do this, it has to break below here, close below here, pull back into this place, validate this position. Not what it did there, like it came back, broke the bar again like it was never there, and then boom, came back into it. Okay, respected it here, and I don't think it technically respects it because we have to wait for at least one or two more candles, one or two more daily candles to know if it respected it or it just played around it. So it's proof. So for me to get interested in this one, I want it to come down here, close below here, come down, pull back into this zone, and then show me some bearish momentum, and voila, I will jump on it. But for now, not really interested. So that is it for me for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you watch all the way to the end, please type TGW in the chat. TGW1, so that's episode 1. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this was helpful. Remember, don't trade money that you cannot afford to lose. Only put money that you can afford to lose. I mean, you should know that already. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.